I want to install a handle across here that serves two purposes. One, to allow me to pull and shut the door shut. Two, hang some towels on, because if I'm ever using a towel it gets wet. It'd be pretty awesome just to hang it right here. So we're gonna take some really high-tech measurements. We're gonna use the arm. That'll work. One handle for my door, $23, but it's gonna look freaking awesome. I'm excited. 23 bucks for one freaking door handle. I think I'm gonna slowly do this project little bit at a time, because if all the things that I would like to do in this stuff, it's probably gonna cost me over 100 bucks in just hardware. One thing at a time makes building your van so affordable. So when you dive into the project head first and start flipping hundreds and thousands of dollars, that van life gets expensive. Just drop little bits at a time. Besides, making little tiny changes to the house is always way more fun than a full conversion overnight. The door handle project is pretty simple. These are gas fitting, it's called black pipe. And I chose to use the 1/2 inch one. You could use 3/4 inch too if you wanted. And these just screw in together. Easy freaking peasy. And then drill those holes into the door and you're done. So let's put this together. So I measured it with my arm, so let's go fingers crossed that my measurements work. How I put this together was, this is going to be mounted to the door. Then I need it's got to come out of the door a little bit so you can have some space to put your fingers and stuff behind it. Boom, that one's done. Now we take this little 90-degree corner, we're going to screw this on here. And you want to get these as snug as you can. I used to work with this stuff at my old day job. Oh yeah. One piece, done. I needed a length of a section in the middle that was like length of my arm. Couldn't find one, so we're gonna use two 6-inch pieces and a little coupling in the middle. Whoa. There's a big plane right there. Yeet. Pretty straightforward. You screw that on there. You screw this one to there. And on here too, you could grab wrenches and make sure that they're really good and tight. I'm just gonna twist them as hard as I can by hand. Because over time because we're not putting any threading, any of that Teflon tape on here, because we're not fitting gas, we're making a freaking handle. This stuff will slowly seize themselves together over time as they get wet and weathered, and yeah. So now we got the center bar piece. There's the part that's going to be mounted to the door. Right now this is looking like a giant dual roll toilet paper holder. Another purpose if you needed it. Okay, boom. Now we need to build another one of these. These projects are so easy. This takes a little bit of creativity and some time inside the store pre-fitting everything. And that's the key to this stuff. Go in there and actually make it in the store like I did, because then you know exactly what you want, exactly what you need, the shape, the design. And there's an endless amount that you can do with these things. So this was my first part of my project. I got some other cool ideas about using these. Boom, one complete handle. Oh, that's tough. All right, now let's take a look at some options what you could do with these handles. Taking this on the door, I need one to shut the door with. So having it mounted here is gonna allow me to pull the door shut. We gotta check the clearance, make sure the clearance is okay. This is not at all what I had planned, but it seems to work out pretty good. I'm gonna mount the handle right over top of this handle. Other things you could do with these two as well. You could mount them this way if you need to kind of mount things to it. Ah, these look just so good. Putting this all together with just a little Black & Decker drill that I bought for the van. This I just charge off my house battery. You can even charge this off my little portable one I have too. It works out quite well. I think these batteries only pull like 8-9 watts when charging. Don't hold me on that. When attaching this to the door, not all of those holes are gonna bite into something metal because there's a fair amount of like gaps and spaces and little weird cutouts on those door frames themselves. But if I can get 2 of these to rest into the metal on both sides, I think we'll be golden. Because yanking on this every time I want to shut the door, if it's only mounted to wood, is not gonna be a good thing. Let's get this baby attached. Little changes like this, even though it's just a small little one, like a little tiny handle on my door, feels so good. And I think taking your time with stuff like that, like as much as I'd like to go eager and do a whole bunch of little things with those little handles and ways to hold stuff, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm gonna leave that one alone just as it is, because now that I have that, I might come up with some more creative ways to do things in the next week or 2 weeks. And instead of rushing it now, making mistakes, man, take my time. I like the fact that you can make little changes of that along the way that make such a huge difference when you just think about it. So many big planes out here. Whew. Okay. Project number 1, that's done.